Good morning out there, in there, out there. I'm in here. You hear the cats rumbling around, chasing. There goes one. From in here, out here. Vivi's nose. Ooh, no, I don't know. She's on her chew toy, I think. Very chewy. Should a good walk on a warm day. Well, welcome to the 1st of June. And ever since I was little, and even when I was grown up or left home, probably should have never done that. Left home, on the 1st of, I would get a phone call. And on the 1st of June, my mom would recite, "What is so rare as a day in June? Then, if ever come perfect days, then heaven tries the earth if it be in tune, and over it softly her warm ear lays." Yeah, she'd do that every year. And so it came in from my dear sister this morning. Yep. Well, I don't know if Vivi will join us or not. We have some good notes today. Oh boy. Did you have a nice Memorial Day? We went to the parade. And here in Little Douglas, Douglas's parade was a policeman on a motorcycle, 7 veterans, some carrying flags, the high school band, a fire truck, and another policeman on a motorcycle. Yeah. And the young man who played taps at the end, that was really great. I mean, you're a high school kid, that's pretty scary. And Father Corey gave a wonderful speech about the First Amendment, that these, as they always say, brave young men, but I read a wonderful article about impossibility of being brave, which doesn't mean they weren't brave. Because I've always thought you have to be afraid to be brave. Yeah. Otherwise you're just fearless, which is pretty lucky if you're fearless. Morning, Mark, Mariana, Joe Laporte. Those I forgot or neglected. So that was Memorial Day. Yeah. And I'm so fortunate. 2 wonderful books out. The collection of poems by Rosemary Tromer. Imagine this, it's been out for just a couple of weeks. And it's in its 3rd printing. It sold out the first 2 printings. And that's in just a couple of weeks. And James Cruz's beautiful book. A collection, short pieces, a page, page and a half, 2 pages max, of kindness. Kindness will save the world. Each one is this moment of kindness. Like Julie, because my thumbs don't work anymore, putting the microphone on. Kindness. Yeah. Or Vivi, always sitting. Oh no, that didn't work, did it? Why is this pen in here getting in the way? We don't know. You guys have these things? Catkins. I started counting them the other day. I got up over 412 million, and I stopped. Julie sneezed. Wasn't that a nice? That was nice. That was very homey. Catkins. Yeah, boy. Big year for those. Yep, big year for those. So, did you see Ted Lasso this week? There's some beautiful moments in it. Philip Larkin poem poem by Philip Larkin. The whole poem was in it. Beautiful violin piece. Ted breaking down, missing his little boy. I think he's going to quit and go home and the series will be over. Oh dear, we can't have that. July 27, I keep telling you, I'm having more fun with this music. Kate Wolf, Carrie Newcomer, Bernadette Peters, Emily Scott Robinson. Oh my goodness, these people are wonderful. And poems. I finished the last edit of this new collection of poems, and the only thing I can say is, and Ann Patchett writes about this too, all I could think about was all the poems that other people write that are just so much better. And it's not some tell me how good I am. I mean, you just know that, you know. But I'm so lucky because James Cruz and Rosemary Tromer and Diane Seuss, who won the Pulitzer Prize, they're going to write blurbs for it. Yeah. Now tomorrow afternoon at the library. If you're within 800 miles or so, come by. We can have a little coffee beforehand or something. But at the library at 4:00, a panel on banning books, especially LGBTQ plus books. Hard to believe, isn't it? The same people who scream freedom. Freedom rings, freedom, freedom. Don't you take that book off the shelf. Don't let my child read about what my child would grow up to meet. A black person. A gay person. Whew, boy. Oh boy. But it's just so wonderful that there are people that are doing it. Do they not realize the incredible danger that this is? They like to harm people. It's like at the local Western Seminary up the street in Holland, letting 3 people go. They have financial difficulties, so that's how you solve it. Now, these are the same people who read things like, sell all you have and give it to the poor. Or, love your neighbor, care for those, all that. That's what they teach and preach. And then, get out of here. We don't have enough money to pay you. Let's see, we could take less money, put it all, now. Speaking of wealth supremacy, I have a woods all around here. Just beautiful, big, deep woods way back here. Oh my goodness, and the kids, there's a wonderful couple up here that have adopted a bunch of kids, and the kids just love, oh, who didn't? Didn't you play in the woods when you were a kid? And my little town, we played in everybody's yard. Let's go down to Wilson's yard. But especially the woods or the farms would play in the fields. So there's this whole woods, and these kids love to play in it, and they can't wait. School is almost done, and we've got a whole summer to play in the woods. And the wealthy people who own the woods put up cameras to catch them and fine them and tell them they're trespassing. Kids. Now, they did that to me. I sort of took a bow to the camera, I guess. But, how can you be like that? It's just, gee whiz. How can you be like that? Now, I have a character. It's based on Mel Brooks' 2,000-year-old man. It's the 2,000-year-old rabbi. And he'd like to visit you today. So, what are you asking? You're asking about Leviticus and all the ways that the Leviticus is used and it's hurting people. It's not Leviticus. No, we knew him. It's Levi Tickus. That was his name, Levi Tickus. They got it messed up when they was making the Torah, and they got it. But Levi Tickus, he was crazy. He would walk around, he said, don't eat strawberries on a Wednesday morning. What? You know? Don't wear loafers if the moon is full. And he would say these things. And he's always coming around and he's selling these things, and of course he's got the gay things and what. And now somebody said, well, why in the world did you put Levi Tickus in the Torah? And we said, there was only one reason. We didn't think any of you'd believe it. It's crazy. But he was such a whiner. Oh, such a whiner. He'd come around and say, I want to be in the Torah. I want to be in the Torah. We shut him up and put him in the Torah, not thinking, oh my gosh, they're going to use it. They're going to believe it. They're going to hurt people with it. No, never believed it. I think this is the first time we've done a whole thing here without Vivi. The whole thing. Let's see if upside down. If Levi has any other things. Hi, Norbert. Let's see. James, Emily. Emily Dow has a column about the end of the humanities. Do you know major colleges are cutting out art departments, theater, literature, history, religion, philosophy? Poof, out. Out. All artificial intelligence. I think we need to be alarmed by it. We really do. And how about the crazy? Speaking of the Christian nationalists, I love that. Let's see. We'll cut the debt, and then that'll be anyway. Okay. It's June. It's summer. Meredith's almost out of school. You know, it was 90 degrees here yesterday. 90. It was so hot, even though I had Vivi off her leash, and I thought, well, maybe she'll take off into the woods and get her photograph taken. And you know what she did? She ran around to the porch. Let me in. It's cooler in there. Well, this dear woman, Claudia Cummins, oh my goodness, she has this beautiful site called The First Sip, you know, like we take the first sip. And so I'd like to read, yesterday, she's so kind to me about this. She wrote, she has this piece she calls The First Sip, and then she has a poem or a little short piece about get your day going. And yesterday, I'm looking, I see the title, When a Quiet Comes, and I'm so dumb I don't even remember my own titles. And so I'm going to read right from here, from what Claudia put on here, that chose one of yours truly's poems. Yeah, I feel like I forgot something. Did I grumble enough? Maybe too much. Flowers are beautiful. Okay, when a quiet comes. Sometimes, when the morning's around 7 a.m., a quiet comes. A neighbor wakes, lets out the dog, fills the songbird feeder. Often a jogger goes by. Mostly, there's the quiet. There's a pot of coffee. Here in this house, there's a cat who seems to take the day's oncoming disappointments and hold them in her purr. the mind almost shuts down. The garden's tapestry of buds and blooms waits for not a thing. There's this quiet, this way the day has of being where we belong. At precisely 7:45, the bells of St. Peter's will send an old hymn into the quiet, and we who are still pilgrims will walk our way into another day. Be kind, take care, try to be cheerful. Remember Vivi's nose.